Well, welcome to the 7 o'clock talk. We are a little early because we are headed over to Full Body Fitness, and we will be discussing listening actually in on Valerie, Coach Val, who is giving a talk on rest, relaxation, and meditation. And hopefully she will take us through that. So we're not going to be talking an awful lot, although we do have a lot we can talk about with the discussion of the microbiome that we attended on Monday. I think everything is outside, hun. You want to ride with me over? Yeah. So it's very interesting and super, super needed in this go, run, hurry world. I'm going to give the computer to my partner in crime here. Actually, I probably should say partner in health. Here you go, babe.
What do we want to talk about?
Well, while we're going over, why don't we talk about the microbiome and what we learned on Monday night.
Oh, we had fabulous time Monday night. Actually, we've had all kinds of learning experiences, but the Biome FX owner, whatever he was awesome. Well, he talked about the gut and how it talked to the brain and how the negative feedback loops that are supposed to protect and shut down and reset actually in certain issues don't reset. They just reset and restart, not reset, but restart at the high level, and they keep going up, so you never return back to your parasympathetic state, and that actually keeps your brain from talking to your gut, or actually your body really, because it keeps you from recognizing your cortisol levels, your blood sugars.
So it's a biochemical issue, because cortisol is its own regulator. And as cortisol increases in the body, there comes a time when all the receptor sites are saturated, and then you have too much free cortisol in the bloodstream, and the body knows to shut it down. And so then what happens is, if you have HPA axis dysregulation, which is kind of what we're going to go talk about tonight, or listen to tonight, I want to hear what they have to say, with meditation and sleep and rest and relaxation. If you have HPA, hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis dysregulation, then what happens to us is the nervous system shuts down the brain's ability to read cortisol. And so cortisol continues to elevate and doesn't shut down. And then that starts another problem, because the migrating motor complex, which is responsible for elimination, think pooping, shuts down. And so he asked the question, what's the first sign of Parkinson's? Do you remember what he said?
Yeah, it's constipation.
Constipation. So if your migrating motor complex shuts down and you become constipated, you're not eliminating your toxins. And the problem that happens as it is allowed to go, and if HPA axis involvement happens, is you can even use prokinetics, and they will not make you poop or make you eliminate. So you can use ginger, you can use, what's that stuff they use in the hospitals, the milky stuff?
Oh, we use Milk and Meg. They use Miralax.
Miralax is what I was thinking of. So they'll use Miralax and that stuff, and it won't work anymore. The doses become too high and they become dangerous. Hi, Kath. And so that's where we don't want people to go. We do not want people to stay in that fight or flight for long, long periods of time, because that impairs that process. And part of the healing process is going to something like this, where you learn how to meditate, you learn how to calm down, you learn how to take the HPA axis down so that your body can reset. But you then also have to use probiotics, and the probiotics that they use are the ones that we carry, which are called the Zen Biome Cope and the Zen Biome Sleep, and they have a very specific bifidobacterium in them called Bifidobacterium longum, and that helps clear the LPS, lipopolysaccharides, out of the brain and allow the migrating motor complex to start to work again. So that's why if you're a functional medicine patient of mine, we always kind of talk about, are you going to the bathroom? Are you going to the bathroom regularly? And now you kind of know why that's important. 2/3 of that conversation that he gave us, I knew. The 1/3 that I didn't know was the research on why the migrating motor complex is important and how we have to turn it back on with probiotics. So we are here at Full Body Fitness, and we are going to go in and we will broadcast. Hopefully they do a meditation and we can broadcast that. They already know we're coming. So we're going in. And it's raining, and I've got my computer open. Didn't get too wet.
I brought a little card in case you have notes or anything you want to take. Yeah. Are we live?
You're live.
All right. Hello. If you want, you can just I'm gonna sit in that chair. I might stand up. I don't know.
Depends on how you feel.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And there's a great, really high, calorie dense recipe on the back of that. In case you need a good protein ball in your life. But anyway, I was just going through and telling a little bit about my story about how I got into yoga. I just worked a lot on the farm, so I grew up on a dairy farm. And my theory was if I get a job that's like really high, intense work, then that's how I'll stay in shape. That'll keep me healthy. I liked working. It felt good. But then I was introduced randomly to yoga. One of my friends was like, hey, come to this yoga class. It was a hot yoga class in Madison when I was still in college. And I kind of went as like this joke, and this guy I kind of crushed on was going to go. So I was like, okay, I'll go. But they were like doing the warriors and all the poses. And I was like, man, this is cool. Like, I've never felt so good. I did cross country and track in high school, but I didn't have like an experience like that before in my life. I did some Pilates because my college dorm mate did. And I was like, I wanted to be fit, but I just didn't want to figure out how or whatever. But yoga was really like my gateway exercise, or my gateway into like all of this nutrition and health and lifestyle and rest kind of stuff. So anyway, yeah, in 2019 I got certified, or was it 2018? I don't know. It says on the certification I have over there. But anyway, yeah, it was cool. Learned about how to breathe properly. And
19.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
so much.
Yes. Numbers. I'm pregnant too, so I can blame it on pregnancy, right? Yeah. So anyway, that's just a little bit about my journey. I'm also a Reiki practitioner, which does anybody, I know Stacy knows and Amanda, you guys kind of know about it. Do you guys know what Reiki is too much? It's a energy healing technique. It's a modality. I kind of stumbled into it too. So I went to this lady. My mom's like, you got to go to this lady. And I was like, okay, all right, Mom, I'll do it. I'm here for it. I'm like here for anything that's not like, I was kind of like rebelling against Western medicine. I was like, anything that's like under the radar, I want to know about it. So I went to her and she literally placed her hands on me. I laid on a massage table and she would place her hands. And I remember laying in that bed, just like thinking like, wow, where am I? Like, what happened to my body? This is so calm and chill. Wow. And I scheduled another appointment with her because I was like, that was very relaxing. I felt very chill. And then my second session with her a few months or weeks later, I don't really know, it was quite a while ago. She's like, hey, do you want to learn how to do this? And I was like, yeah, teach me how I'll learn how to do this. So she gave me the ability to give Reiki. So it's sending energy through your hands. It goes by the idea or premise that everything in this world that has life force energy. So it's what's different between me as a human with consciousness and life versus well, even stones and crystals, I believe, have life force, but it's just the ability to send this really high frequency from your hands to another human being. And it promotes relaxation, peace, ease. It releases addiction. It's just, man, it's really a miracle. I've watched people that have had Reiki work done, stop using really whether it's like drugs like narcotics and opiates or whatever they're called, and then alcohol as well as food addiction and emotional addictions that can be released. It's really amazing. And yeah, it just really helps people like learn who they're capable of being. I feel like even just one single session, I've seen people like just change really quickly. Sometimes not so quick, but it's neat for anybody that's open to it. And I also teach people now how to do it. I'm doing a class Saturday. I actually have, me and Kelly Tunney are doing it together, and there's 8 or 9 people signed up over in Osgood, so I'm excited about that. And a couple of years ago, I started working with a nutrition coach, and I'll talk a little bit about how nutrition plays into our rest and our sleep in a little bit. But working with that coach, he got me certified through IU School of Medicine and into holistic health and nutrition strategies too. The guy that owns the company is his wife has a PhD in holistic nutrition. So I really like what they teach and what they're about. But anyway, what do we know? What do we need to know about sleep? Like, why is this important? What's the big deal about rest and sleep? According to my nutrition coach, through Macro Missionary, sleep is our top priority. Yes, it is our top priority. It should be, and it is. Most people, it's actually not. Like in American society, we really value, not everybody, but many people value work, hustle. Like people like really think highly of themselves. Like I worked my butt off. Like I worked so hard for you. Which, like, yes, that's okay, but it also has its side effects too. So anyway, we should definitely take a look at the sleep schedule. So what can you do, like, based with sleep? What can you do? So you can look at, okay, how many hours of sleep am I getting a night? And then how many hours of sleep do I get on weekends? So if you're getting 5 to 6 hours, like, see if you can add maybe 30 minutes in before earlier, like go to bed earlier or sleep a little bit later. Prioritize sleep before exercise. So if you're cutting into your sleep to wake up earlier to exercise, a lot of the research shows that most people actually retain fat and eat more calories when they get less sleep than if they just had a sufficient amount, skip the workout. Throughout their day, they're making better food choices. And there's just some really cool science behind sleep over working out. Here at the gym, we offer some really cool classes, as and I know. But sleep is part of that too. We want maximize what we're doing in here. So we really have to, of course, do what we can at the house, wherever we sleep. And then just, look at too, what time do you sleep? And then what quality of sleep are you getting? How do you rate your sleep? Is it good sleep? Are you waking up a lot in the middle of the night? And here's what we can do to help things with sleep. So the most important thing that popped to my mind as a nutrition coach, and something that really struck me, everybody's different on their journey, but a major component that helps with sleep is looking at your nutritional intake and energy. So something you can do is wear a Fitbit. I know these things aren't totally and completely accurate to say, like, this is exactly how many calories you're burning a day, this is how much energy you're using. Yes, this includes from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. So it includes your workouts. So if you're consuming more food than you burn in a day, you're gonna be in a calorie excess. So that means you're gonna put fat on, or you'll put muscle on, depending on your lifestyle. But that definitely makes a difference in your sleep, because if you're constantly being bombarded with more energy food than what you're burning in a day, it's going to affect your sleep pattern. It'll cause you to wake up in the middle of the night, urinate in the middle of the night. The REM sleep might not be as good, as well as on the other end of the spectrum. Say your total daily energy expenditure is about 15,000 calories, or excuse me, 1,500 calories. Like, that's kind of low, I think, but yeah, but 1,500 calories, and you're only eating 1,000 calories a day or 900 calories a day, many days in a row, or maybe you're binging one of those days. That also too messes with your sleep. So I'm a nutrition coach. I can definitely help you out with figuring out this energy balance. It does take some work. It does take some effort and looking at, but that energy balance is very critical for your sleep. And then of course, if like you work out really hard one of those days, your energy expenditure is gonna be really high. So then how you eat either the day before or the day after affects your weekly caloric intake and energy expenditure too. So there's a lot to look at, but it's worth looking at, in my opinion, as a nutrition coach. I think that's all I wanted to say on that. Does anybody have questions, by the way? If there's any questions or thoughts, I'm here for it. Okay, so the next thing is breathing. Breathing is really, really good for our sleep, as well as our rest. Like, I say sleep, but I also want to point out too that it's important to bring rest into your day. And not just like, I mean, like doing yoga, it's like very nice. Like, okay, I can have this hour or 45 minutes of yoga. It's more relaxing. It's more peaceful than, my go at it business or job. But those techniques that we teach in yoga and in meditation is something that we can carry out into our life. So that breathing technique. So I'm just going to do an exercise with everybody right now. I'm going to have you uncross your feet, place your feet on the ground. And then place one hand at your belly. Yeah, if you can reach, it's kind of hard with those benches. Yeah, and place one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest. And as you breathe, Stacy knows this because she listens to me talk all day long in yoga class. But when you breathe in, we fill the belly bottom to top. So we breathe in just like we'd fill a cup of water, bottom to top. And then you hold the breath at the top, imagining you're full all the way up to the top of your head. And then when you release that exhale, you're exhaling top down. So just practicing that breath. So inhale, we fill from the bottom of our belly all the way to the top of our head. And then as you exhale, release that breath top down. Just, you can keep that hand on your belly here. I just like to demonstrate, but breathing in, filling, and exhale, that breath spills out top down. So when you inhale, you'll feel that bottom hand expanding, your belly is expanding. And then as you exhale, you feel your belly come in towards your spine. In yoga, we call it abdominal breathing or belly breathing. This is a practice. You're building up your diaphragm muscle, which runs across the bottom of your rib cage, and that too needs to be trained like any muscle in our body. So just feel that bottom hand move more than your top. You don't want to be, I can't even fake breathe anymore, but like you don't want to be breathing into this top hand so much. This bottom hand is what's moving. Just keep practicing, staying focused on your bottom hand, expanding with the inhale and contracting with the exhale. That is the proper way to breathe. How's that going for everybody? You doing good? Cool. Doing good? Amazing. All right, I'll let you put your hands down. What was I going to say about this? Yoga is really fun because it teaches the difference between nose breathing and mouth breathing. Mouth breathing is really good for cooling. No, how does that work? It's good for releasing a lot of energy. So if you're warm, if you're really hot, breathe through your mouth. Inhale, exhale. And then if you want to keep your energy more internal, like if you're running a long distance, or maybe you're doing some pranayama yoga, where you're just like doing this really rapid breathing for 7, 8, 10 minutes in a row, is all through the nose. Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's good. It's good for clearing your mind for sure. But yeah, breathing through your nose keeps your energy internal. It retains energy. And if you want to like release energy, like say you're sighing, like open mouth breathing is the way to go. Yeah. Let's see. So in meditation, there's a really cool, easy, simple breath work that you can use to help you at night when you're going to bed. It's called box breathing or 4-count breath. So it's inhaling, you're filling your belly for 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at the top of that inhale, you hold the breath for 4 counts. So you're holding in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhaling for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then hold that exhale out of your body 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're making a box. Inhaling 4. Holding at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. All that air is out of the lungs. The lungs are empty for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's practice that together. So inhale now, all 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold your breath here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. Empty lungs here. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold the breath out. You can close the eyes if you want. Inhaling now for 4 counts. Holding at the top. Exhale. Holding out. We'll do 1 more round. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. Empty lungs at the bottom. And return back to your natural breathing. That's box breath. You can use that to help you fall asleep at night. Or anytime. Like say throughout your day, you're fatigued, you're tired, you don't have a cup of coffee, you're on the move, but you need like to keep going. You can stop and pause and do that 4-count breath. It resets your nervous system, gives you a little boost of energy. All right, I'm gonna play for you guys. This is another trick or technique that I teach some of my clients, is to use solfeggio tones. This one is Theta Waves. Theta Waves are 144 hertz. So we can measure sound in hertz, just like you can measure electricity in hertz, and even your brain waves you can measure in hertz. And this one matches the theta waves that are in your brain. So I'll just kind of turn this up. You guys can close your eyes and just feel the sounds of the theta waves. I also brought a candle. So candles are another good thing to help you relax and rest. Candles are shown to relax your mind, nervous system, your eyes. Candle light is different than fluorescent lighting. It doesn't release that kind of light vibration frequency that keeps you more stimulated and awake. Just go ahead and if you'd like, practice your breathing. You can practice the 4-count breath like we were just working on. Close your eyes. And while you guys are practicing that breathing, just keep focusing on your breathing. Is anybody sensitive to essential oils in here? Are you? Can you just stay over there?
Yes.
Okay.
For your own good.
The non-oily section. I won't do the room spray, that for sure not. Yeah, for sure. This is empty. I'm gonna give you guys just some wafts of essential oils. This one here is I use it all the time and I don't even know what's in it. It's just a grounding oil blend. It has cinnamon in it. Also has melaleuca oil and black spruce. Can't read anything glasses. So I'm just gonna wave essential oils at you. This is another tool you can use to help yourself relax. You can inhale essential oils. You can put them on your hands, rub your hands together. Inhale. Inhale the oils from your palms.
What's that one called?
This one is called Take Root. It's a grounding roll-on. I like to just keep this one in my purse.
Who's it by?
Melaleuca.
No.
Yeah, which you can get from me.
Okay.
And then obviously you know that, but this one is lavender. Lavender is a really, really good one. This blend, or it's not a blend, it's pure lavender oil. You can put on the bottom of your feet right before you sleep, and that's a good way to help yourself just relax. And it's got natural properties in it to help you relax. Plant medicine is pretty miraculous. Nature's our friend for sure. This one here is called Peace, the Tranquility blend, and it's tangerine, orange, patchouli, and blue tansy flower, and ylang ylang. And this, I'm not going to spray it, but it's called I'm a Dreamer. It's a nighttime linen spray. You can spray it on your pillow or your sheets. I just kind of spray it on my clothes sometimes.
Sleeps in her clothes.
But it has, I might say this wrong, but it's Copiaba, which is a really good one for releasing anger. And this again has orange, June. I don't even know. It also has ylang ylang. It has carrot, chamomile, mandarin, vetiver, valerian, and neroli. Never heard of it. Yes, you can get these tones tones on YouTube or on Spotify or any type of music, Spotify kind of thing, iHeartRadio. Just look up binary music. You can also look up solfeggio tones. Solfeggio tones are another frequency music. I had a client last week that had really bad back pain. She fell and hurt her back, and she's been going to the chiropractor, of course, too. But she's been using these solfeggio tones. She just wears little headphones before she goes to bed, and she said that's helped her back just release pain. Very, very easily, simple thing. I'm just gonna keep playing some binary sounds for you guys. Let's see. Another thing that can help your sleep is grounding. Grounding is really fun. Has anybody heard of that? Yes. Have you guys?
What is it?
Grounding or earthing. It is a really cool thing. That's why I always take my shoes off. Not that I can really ground in here very much, but it feels nice anyway. There's pressure points on your feet that can help with healing of all varieties. But when you go out into the earth releases negative ions, soil, dirt, clay, sand, salt. Have you ever heard of salt caves?
Mm-hmm.
You can go into them, and because it's NaCl, it's ionized negatively. So it offsets inflammation in the body, which inflammation is okay, but when it's constant from stress or just the hustle and bustle of life, those negative ions can help release inflammation and clear free radicals and toxicity from your body, which is really good. If you want to go run out in the rain, that's a good way to get grounding too. I probably won't tonight.
I might wait till it's warmer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
I will be at the beach next week grounding for 6 days straight. So it will be amazing. It definitely helps with sleep for sure. You can get a Himalayan salt lamp. I think those are beneficial. And you can actually go onto Amazon and buy an earthing mat. They have these leather mats that you plug into a grounded outlet. I used to have one, but I wore it out because I just loved it. Even my little dog would always lay on the bed, I think, because she knew it was grounded.
And you put that one on your bed? Because I looked into some of those, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I think the one I had was maybe $50. My grandma gave it to me for Christmas. She's a great grandma.
Also, the salt caves are amazing.
Yes, try
I've been 3 times now. They are
They breathe so good. Oh my
they
gosh.
really are good.
Well, a couple of things to add. If you're going to do grounding, make sure your house is grounded.
Yeah.
Because if your house isn't grounded and you plug it in, it's not
Right.
going to go anywhere. The lady that owns, they're trying to bring halo therapy to the area.
That is, are you talking to Seymour?
Yes.
That is Crystal at the Herbal Alternatives.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
But she's got a dry sauna, infrared, and then they're bringing the salt generator in.
Nice.
So
That's amazing.
So that,
Right,
recently
Seymour.
we've been connecting with a lot of people that were like, we didn't realize this was all around here. And
That's
so,
amazing.
yeah, they'll have the salt generator there, and
Are they already there?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
She
So the
ordered it. It
sauna's
should
not
be there
there anymore?
soon, like within the
Okay.
next week or so.
Okay.
And I think she said it was going to run around $40 for both services.
I just want to. I've been waiting to sit in a sauna.
Yeah.
My gym that I was going to in Columbus.
Yeah, they're good. Saunas are great for detox and
Oh,
sleep too. These are just some notes that I have from Macro Missionary, my nutrition coaching group. And how to sleep better. Improve your sleeping habits with these sleep promoting techniques and considerations that can be easily integrated into your evening routine. Improve nutrition and exercise habits. Good nutrition habits can drastically improve sleep quality, particularly in the last hours before bed. Consider the following. Avoid eating large meals before bed. Avoid drinking too much liquid. Avoid caffeine in the later part of the day. Avoid alcohol before bed, and then exercise daily. Who feels like when you exercise, you get better sleep? Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
How much sleep do we need? There's no protocol on how many hours of sleep you should get. The best way is to evaluate is to monitor how we feel throughout the day. If energy is low, memory is poor, and we don't feel alert, then chances are we need more sleep. Here's a little thing that tells like how many hours of sleep you should get based on your age. Newborns to 2-month-olds need 12 to 18 hours. 3 months to 1 year, 14 to 15 hours. 1 to 3 years of age, 12 to 14 hours. 3 to 5-year-olds need 11 to 13 hours. 5 to 12, 10 to 11 hours. 12 to 18-year-olds need 8.5 to 10, and adults, it says 7.5 to 9. We were just talking about that.
He's like a 5-year-old.
Okay, how to sleep better. Improve your sleeping habits with these sleep promoting techniques and considerations that can be easily integrated into your evening routine to reduce stress and relax. Managing stressors and using pre-bed relaxation techniques can be effective in aiding better night's sleep. Try these techniques. This is a really good one. Write down any problems or issues on paper. Your mind's like a lot of our best ideas come at night, so just leave a little notebook by your bedside. Write them down, or if you have like things that are bothering you, or you're like, oh, I don't want to forget to do this, write it down. Conduct some sleep breathing techniques, or some deep breathing techniques like we just did, the belly breathing and the 4-count breath. Use meditation and relaxation techniques. There's a lot of good ones on YouTube. You can just go follow for free, go onto YouTube and get a 5-minute guided sleep meditation or 10 minutes. There's also paid ones that are pretty good too. I used to use Insight Timer, and what was the other one? It had a lot of British accents in it. I don't know. It was Headspace was the name of it. Avoid any stressing tasks or thoughts before bed. I get excited sometimes and I want to start projects at night, but okay, wait till tomorrow. Keep the bedroom clean and tidy. This is a huge one that I never realized until I figured it out, that keeping your bedroom neat and tidy, make your bed in the morning. I mean, it's just a lot more relaxing. Paint it a pretty color, do the decorations, make the feng shui really nice. Have a hot shower or bath. Salt baths are really good. Like I said, the salt has negative ions. Helps relaxation. Do something you enjoy before bed, like reading. Improve your sleeping habits with these sleep promoting techniques and considerations. 3, keeping the bedroom for sleep. And ensuring the bedroom is optimized for relaxing, and winding and sleeping is essential. Get your bedroom ready. Eliminate noises that may disturb your sleep. And do not disturb, or keep your phone in a different room. Keep your bedroom right around 64 to 72 degrees. Remove all electronic devices, even those little lights that are on like clocks and stuff. Take some electrical tape and just tape them out, or put smiley face stickers that you get from the random places on them, like I do. Like that diffuser I have over there that diffuses essential oils. I don't use it in my bedroom because it just has so many lights on it. So I found another one that has less lights, and I can put stickers over the lights. Ensure the room is dark enough. You can get those darkening curtains, and just close the door, keep the lights off. Ensure your bed is comfortable enough. It's really important. Trevor gave us a really, really nice pillow one time, and I just love that thing. Love it.
The water,
using my water
the
pillow.
water pillow. That's
right.
and if you get in a pillow fight, you want it.
Yeah, I did too. Oh my god, that thing's heavy.
It's only gonna take one swing.
Yeah, if you make contact.
It's like lifting every morning
Yeah,
too, when you put it back.
yeah. Literally. It makes a difference. Effects of sleep deprivation. Everyone experiences trouble sleeping from time to time, but problems may occur when regular disturbances happen frequently. These can begin to affect your daily life. I had a client one time that had a cat in her room, and she said she was always tired every time I talked to her. She's like, my cat would bite my toes. I was like, get that cat out of your bedroom. Which I can sympathize. I love animals, but I would put up with that.
If my dog is chewing on my toes, he's gonna have to go outside
the door. Yeah, that would be a
He's
disturbance.
He's an electric blanket. he just snuggles up to you and puts you out.
Yeah.
So,
Aw.
but yeah.
Pretty sure if any animal bites my toe, it's going to end up across the room.
Yeah, because my first of all reflex is poof.
That's
It's like-
exactly right. What's biting me? There should be nothing in here biting me. Wham!
It's the ghosties under the bed.
Yeah.
Monsters. You've all been afraid of all your life.
Oh my gosh. So here's some signs that you're sleep deprived: fatigue and lethargy, foggy mind, reduced creativity and problem solving skills, concentration and memory, difficulty making decisions, reduced immunity. I know this difficulty making decisions, as a nutrition coach, I can see this in clients a lot of times after days they work out really hard or days they're not getting a good sleep. They are eating a lot more calories those days. So, because they're not making good decisions. They're like, oh, ice cream sounds good. And they forget about their long-term goals. And that happens to me too, like for sure. We definitely have more carb cravings when we're low on sleep. Reduced immunity, frequent colds and infections, increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, and other heart problems, lack of motivation, inability to cope with stress, moodiness and irritability, impaired motor skills, and increased risk of accidents. All just because of not enough sleep. And the importance of sleep, understanding sleep, the power of it, and how to get as much high quality sleep as possible is one of the healthiest things we can do. Sleep is a naturally reoccurring state characterized by reduced or absent consciousness and the inactivity of nearly all voluntary muscles. Sleep timing is controlled by the circadian clock, and in humans to some extent by willed behavior. Sleep is restorative, and without it, we are not able to work, learn, create, and communicate at our highest level. With time, lack of sleep can lead to mental and physical breakdown. Sleep has also been shown to be linked to the immune system. Sleep loss can impair our immune function. When we sleep, our metabolic rates reduce and free radical production is decreased, allowing restorative processes to take over. Like your brain gets washed out when you sleep, so it takes care of all those free radicals. Sleep supports higher level cognition or cognitive function, such as decision making, reasoning, and memories. And yeah, I want to respect everybody's time, and I don't want to go too long with sleep. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts or ideas that popped into their mind?
Well, just to add to what you've already said, the reason why you don't want lights and you don't want fluorescent lights is because of the blue light. You have 4,000 receptors in your eyes that are just for blue light, and that's what actually resets your circadian rhythm every day to the sun. Even blind people will keep the same clock as us because those receptors still work. If you take the eyes out, then you don't sync with the sun. And humans, they've said, have a 24 and a half hour day actually. And so mine's just the nerdy science part of it. What you said is absolutely correct. So yeah, try to get fluorescent lights out of your house. And to put a finer point on her nutrition, try not to eat 3 hours before you go to bed. That allows the stomach to be empty, and then you can produce your serotonin and everything else. So it falls right in line with what she says.
Yeah. I was actually doing some research about melatonin yesterday. Like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Your body, through nutrition with proper diet and lifestyle, your body can make its own serotonin, which creates melatonin. So think about like high fiber foods and an adequate amount of protein and like we were talking about, the energy balance. You don't want to be too many calories or too few calories. Keep your caloric intake pretty close. Like, you don't have to be perfect. Like, you don't have to track every single calorie verbatim, but having a pretty close idea helps that melatonin production, so you're not relying on the supplement. There were some negative effects of melatonin supplementation. So one time I took too many of those gummies because they were really good, and I got a bad rash. So I'm like, melatonin is definitely something you should overdose on. No. I was like, these are so good. Only 2.
After she's had 12.
Yeah, and I had a rash all over my arm. I was like, oh my God, okay, I'm not messing with this stuff anymore. This is no joke. So, take my word.
I can say that I can definitely, as far as even sleeping wise, I used to sleep, I mean, I would get maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, and it sucked. I mean, it was horrible. I started Reiki with Valerie. That first night, I slept probably 7 hours straight through. Absolutely loved it. I've now kind of worked it. I still do about 6 hours, but it's a good 6 hours. So even though I'm not getting the 7 or 8 that, is recommended, I'm doing 6 like I was before, but I feel so much better. And my nutrition has helped too. I mean, I've dialed in with my nutrition and gotten a lot, that a lot better. But the Reiki helped me out 1,000% on getting my sleep.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the best effects from Reiki for most people is the sleep.
Yeah.
The quality of sleep and the amount of sleep they get. That's awesome. Thanks for mentioning that. I didn't really talk much about Reiki, but yeah.
Well, anytime that human touch is just, there's always a transfer of energy in human touch.
Yeah, my husband had one of those electrical things that you would test if your outlet has electricity, and he was poking me with it, and it was lighting up, because there's electrical current between us, and he was like holding the device and pushing his own hand, and it wouldn't light up, and I was like, Ron, what's wrong with you? Are you not human? And I took it and I touched him, and it lit up. It is because
You're
it's me.
creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to have to go home.
It's
like,
coach your
come here.
husband.
We got an experiment.
Yeah.
Just sit there. No, he would be scared. Anytime I mention anything like that, he'd be like, no. Just stay back. I'm like, he's not going to hurt, I promise.
All your good remedies. I love it.
Well, for your nutrition part, as you eat more fiber from a doctor's standpoint, as you eat more fiber, you feed the microbiome. And the microbiome is what produces your serotonin and all of that. So if you're not eating enough fiber, which with my patients, I tell them to shoot for at least 40 grams a day. With my people, I ask them to shoot for 40 grams a day. That is the minimum that actually Dr. Terry Walls talks about to prevent and help start to reverse autoimmune diseases. And it seems to, for most of my patients that do that, they go from 1 bowel movement a day to 2. And that way you know that the person is getting enough fiber and it's moving and it produces that. And one of the things that, instead of taking melatonin, try NAC or NAD. You can get either one of them. I would get a liposomal form, and for me, it boosted my deep sleep by 20 to almost 30%.
Wow, man, that's cool. NAD.
NAD. Quicksilver Scientific is the company that has that. It's a liposomal form. It goes under the tongue.
Cool.
But those are just, like I said, the geeky little nerdy biochemistry things.
Yeah, I love it because I don't think since I've been pregnant, my deep sleep is probably kind of weak because I wake up irritated a lot.
That's not going to get any better for a while. I've never had kids, and I'm just going to tell you that's not going to get better for a while.
I mean, I definitely can be better about not drinking so much before bed either, for sure. I drink some herbal tea, but I drink a small glass, probably half of that candle thing. It's not a lot, but my water that sometimes I'm behind on before bed.
So I have a question. How many of you guys, when you go to sleep, when you wake up at about the same time every day?
With or without an alarm?
With or without an alarm?
I'm so alarmed.
Yeah. So you have to gain your sleep on the front side,
Before.
like she said. And so if you go to bed that half hour earlier, you're still, even if you're only getting 5 hours of sleep, with my patients that I talk to about this, they all say, I get up at the same time every day. And I'm like, well, and that has been to the tune of like 80 or 90% of the patients that I've
Right.
polled. And then they're like, yeah, you can set an alarm by me.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, then you got to get it on the front side, like you said, not just a realization.
Right. Mhm.
But it is as important, every bit as important as what you say. That's the number one thing that all the functional medicine doctors and all those guys are saying is sleep is the most important. Nothing else runs without it.
That's well said. Mic drop.
You did the mic drop. I just came along and helped.
Yeah, thanks for the science and the extra bits. I love it. Cool. Well, that is all I have. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know she's doing another one of these mind-body groups like this next month on March 10th, I believe,
Yes.
which is another Thursday night at the same time. So it'd be like the second Thursday in March. And she's having Jeanette Cruz, who I met. She was a part of the nutrition coaching group that I'm in. I met her about this time last year at our nutrition seminar. And she just opened a dance fitness studio up in Indianapolis. And she actually spoke at the retreat we put on this past summer, all about mindset. And that's what she's going to be speaking on next month. And I'm really excited. I definitely don't want to miss it, Jeanette. Jeanette's a pretty special lady. She's cool. She's overcome a lot of sickness, illness, mindset, and she's doing good things.
Just a lot. She's
Yeah.
overcome a lot.
Yeah, if you want to see a legit TikTok celebrity, like she has like 20K followers on TikTok and she makes all these videos. And she's pretty cool. You can probably stalk my Facebook page and she likes my posts if you want to like befriend her. Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
If anybody want these notes, I'll give them away. I don't need them. I just send them off for my own reference.
Well, I think with that, thanking Valerie for her time and taking us through all that. Any questions you may have with any of that, go ahead and ask. Valerie is on Facebook under Everything Holistic. So if you want to follow her, she's always putting stuff on Facebook. Very motivational. But this is what it takes. It takes getting in and doing the research and then working on it for yourself. Because Jessica can go to bed at 10 o'clock and she wakes up at 8 o'clock and she's just fine. I can't do that. If I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I am just groggy and grumpy because I wake up at 5:45. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I have all kinds of things to say about my pellets, but I have to update them later.
Well, we will talk about this on next Thursday. So next Thursday's 7 o'clock talk, we will talk about the microbiome. We will talk about the pellet therapy. And actually, I start peptide therapy on tonight. So I took my measurements and everything else. I finished my detox. I don't know if I discussed the detox results yet or not. I know we've sent the detox results to a lot of practitioners because we were getting ready for the peptide therapy. But what ended up happening was actually my cholesterol went down by 40 points. Still not enough, but it actually changed the profile quite significantly. So it changed my LP little a, the number of them, it dropped them significantly, raised my HDLs, and it dropped the count. So size and number of the cardiovascular causing ones, it pulled those down. And that's exactly what we needed it to do. So now we're going to work on peptides.
Yeah, and keep giving them my money on the pellets. Just give them my money. Just keep giving them the money.
She loves the pellets. Have a good night. How are you?